like the big game, then. And again, it's the same as what we said in the International Cup, isn't it? Change the venues for like certain finals. And those venues are saying, all West teams dominated.
And the thing is, like, you have to think of it, you have Manchester, there's enough people who follow basketball to go and watch NBA. So who in Essex, realistically, around here?
And number 21, Daniel Okoya. Head coach Myerscough, assistant coach James Jones, Neil Hopkins, Mason Rose, for Myerscough College.
Oh yeah,
I always get myself lost on the round four-way.
No time to announce their opponents to discuss today's home team. Make some noise for Loreto College, Manchester Magic. And number 1, Nathan Brown. And number 2 is Sammy Sidhu Bumeli. And number 3, Abraham Isioro. Number 4, Tom Richardson. And number 6 is Tariq Kamal Kasmi. Number 7, Harlan Blake. And number 8 is Jack Walter. 2 Jacks for the price of 1, and number 10 is Jack Odongo. Number 11, David Allerton. Number 12, Lewis Clayton. And number 13, Mr. Greedy, Demi Babalola. And number 14 is Diego Ruiz. The head coach, Tom Myerscough, assistant coaches, Adelaide Kennedy and Peter Myerscough.
feels brighter than before. I feel like it's more brighter than before.
If you're talking artist, gigs better pop up in your forces and artists.
This is so warm.
Everybody knows how we're
This
walking
is
the
always
park.
so warm.
Walking the park.
No one knows what to do. Like,
Everybody's possible
To suit the banana. Chicks looking at me like, talk to me, darling. Hollering at man, winking, smiling, and one more time, man. I think he's black, he's loving my black guy. Everyone seems same color as Batman. So, been up a quarter of a brick, like 28 with a quarter of a dish. Anybody thinks they can talk to my people and I'm covered in bread like a portion of chips. Pour me a drink, big fur jacket, it's a force of a
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Essex Sport Arena here on the University of Essex campus. And it is the third and final game of the Academy Finals Day 2026. And it pits the Manchester Magic and Myerscough College together, a Northwest derby in the EABL final. Both teams separated by the thinnest of margins in the North Conference do battle for the biggest prize in the EABL. Good afternoon, everyone. John Hobbs, Isha Naya on hand for this Northwest derby. And Isha, these two teams have played each other twice this season. Both teams getting away wins, but now we're on neutral territory. We're down south, kind of in the south, maybe in the east of England. And it's all to play for on neutral ground. It's winner take all here today.
yeah, it is. I mean, here is the final test now. Obviously, as you said, two teams that faced each other twice already this season, both coming from the North Conference, both coming from the Northwest. So yeah, little Northwest derby going on. But the Magic won 71-60 when they played Myerscough in Myerscough, and then when Myerscough went down to Manchester in January, they came out on top 78-71. So as you say, the away noise currently doesn't face either team. So now it's, semi-neutral territory. Still plenty away for both teams. Here down in Essex, but it'll be really interesting to see which team come out on top, which team can overcome the pressure, which team can play with the crowd behind them. It's all to play for. It's a final test some of these players out here, it's going to be their final game of EABL ever, really. Some of them are aging out, some of them might be going elsewhere, but it's all to play for. It's all come down to this.
And you talk about the fine margins, both teams collecting wins against the other this season. The Magic's 11-point win triumphed over Myerscough's 7-point win. That granted them the North Conference title, and getting to this dance, Myerscough defeated Kola 70-68, and Manchester beating Itchin 88-69. If we have a look at the two rosters ahead of today's game, starting with Myerscough, who are the designated away team for this clash. And they'll be starting with Harry Sheehan, Junior Sanchez, Olivier Isingle, Zach Tresvant and Salome Latitan. So a very strong five, but a lot of firepower on the bench for Myerscough.
Yeah, Myerscough, I mean, it's a team of great depth, but a lot of those players have plenty of experience. I mean, you mentioned Harry Sheehan, player who's experienced playing national teams. I mean, GB under-16s, he played at the 3x3 school games finals, played for England 18s at Future Stars. And yeah, just plenty of other players. I mean, Junior Sanchez, he's been a force for Myerscough for a couple of years now. I mean, he was played at the Hoops Fix All-Star Classic in 2025. He had a Play of the Week performance with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 steals with 24 efficiency. So, real force for Myerscough. And of course, I mean, we can't speak about Myerscough without speaking about Zach Tresvant. Really highlight player. I'm sure you've seen his highlights around Instagram. I mean, can really raise the roof and bring that energy for the team. And
going to the Manchester Magic, of course, the last time they claimed this trophy was back when they were Loreto College, back in 2010-2011 season. So they'll be looking for glory here today. They're going to be going with Tom Richardson, Tariq, Kamal Kazmi, Jack Walton, Lewis Clayton, and Demi Babalola. Of course, this Manchester team, dominant when Demi Babalola and Jack Walton are on the floor, constantly amongst the scorers. But Tom Richardson, another player that really stands out, takes a lot of shots, 10 shots on average per game, but a really deadly three-point shooter when in rhythm.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this team, especially that age group of players, I mean, when they played at the under-16s final a couple of years back, it was in the final that it was actually Tom Richardson who he hit a few three-point shots when it really mattered, a really crucial time, which kind of brought the Magic out of, not out of a hole, just gave them a kind of a comfortable lead and kind of secured that win. So yeah, a player we know can shoot under pressure. And as you said, I mean, Demi Babalola, Jack Walton, two really young star players coming out of the Magic program. Jack Walton, really effective point guard. You know, he's going to see some really flashy passes going on, some excellent passes. But not only can he pass, he can shoot, he can attack the basket. And I mean, Demi Babalola, he got MVP for this season for the North. He also got Defensive Player of the Season. I mean, he's just all over floor. He's everywhere. He averages around 8 points a game. He averages around 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals per game. So really just a player, he puts his body on the line. He's everywhere all at once, and he's currently playing for the SLB MCRB ball team.
So both teams heading to the floor, Manchester in red, Myerscough in green. Crew chiefs for today's game, Lewis Walker Everton. Umpires Pavel Stepanik and Haison Yan as we get set for the final game in what has been a thrilling day of academy basketball action. MK50 collecting the CBL trophy in a thriller against Xaverian College. Kola getting the W over Copleston, and now our Northwest derby to cap it all off.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that high difference between Zach Tresvant and the Magic players.
Literally was just looking at that as well. Here we go then. It's time to get it all underway as Tresvant wins the tip and Myerscough get the first possession of this contest. And here is Tresvant. Lobs it wide. The three is up. Three is no good. from Laditan. And here is Babalola. Look for Babalola and Walton to really try and get going early. 3-on-1 though, and Sheehan to the basket.
Yeah, good break from Myerscough there just to start off the game. Some great transition play going on.
Walton finds a lane and exploits it.
Yeah, Jack Walton, he's such a fast player. I mean, whilst he might be undersized, he's going to get that basket either way.
Jack Walton, 26 points in the semi-final win over Itchen. Of course, Itchen out of Southampton. Here is Sheehan, who missed the first attempt, missed the second attempt. Tresvant with the rebound. A lot of pressure certainly will be on Zach Tresvant today.
I mean, yeah, they had a body on him, but they've got to box him out properly, because we saw this in the game a few games before as well. Yeah, we need to get in front of the player, but after you've got in front of them, you need to push them back, and that's what they're going to have to do with Zach Tresvant, because just getting in his way isn't enough.
Sheehan misses the corner pocket three. Here is Babalola. Walton. Walton, no hesitation. That's off to the right. There's two Myerscough players in his grill. And Myerscough can attack the turnaround jumper. No good from a single. Here is Babalola. Babalola right down Main Street over Tresvant.
Yeah, that is a tough shot. I mean, trying to get anything over the long wingspan of Zach Tresvant is going to be difficult. It's a great shot there, great finish from Demi Babalola.
Sanchez will be fouled, and Junior Sanchez will head to the charity stripe for Myerscough.
Yeah, Junior Sanchez has been a real asset to this Myerscough side for the past couple of years.
That's 13 points in the quarterfinal win over Barking Abbey. Did only shoot 3 of 10 from the field, but really showed his attacking-minded presence. As you say, he's been with the program for a couple of years and has really excelled whilst in Preston. Makes the first. And connects on the second. You can tell that Manchester looking to push the tempo, push the pace every time they get the ball. Here is Walton with it.
Yeah, it seems to be an ethos of Manchester teams that they like to run, they like to get the ball up the court.
But a turnover there, and Tresvant passes it off, and Sanchez the finish off the glass.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the double team then on Zach Tresvant. They don't want to let him get anything off inside.
Such a smart player, though, Tresvant. As Babalola has it. Wide open three is no good by Clayton.
Yeah, but that's not a shot that you want Lewis Clayton to leave him wide open for.
Sanchez backing down Babalola. Goes to the spin. Babalola stands his ground. Babalola, Walton attacking. Finds Clayton. Clayton to the pull-up, in and out. And it's rebounded by Asingle. And Asingle fouled by Walton. That'll be his first foul. Should be a fascinating battle at the guard spot between Walton and Asingle. Of course, Asingle leading the way in points for Myerscough, and was so efficient in that game, that semi-final win over Kohler. As, he actually was the one who hit the game-winning free throws against Kohler that gave them the victory. And here he is on the ball. Sheehan, no hesitation, a three.
Yeah, that is a tough shot. I mean, to catch it and shoot it straight away that quickly, what a shot from Harry Sheehan. They can't let him get any more of them.
Babalola looking to respond. A two, his feet were on the line, but it misses everything.
Yeah, it's a good look for Demi Babalola, but not quite settled into it yet.
Asingle attacking. Again, Manchester disciplined. Walton, Babalola the flush.
Yeah, big energy play there from Demi Babalola. Just bringing the energy up for the Magic.
Both teams shooting exactly 34% to start. Sheehan again from the wing, a three. That one's short. And again, Manchester come up with it. Babalola pushing it. Babalola right down Main Street, kicks it out. The open three is Clayton. Lewis Clayton from downtown, and now the gap is one with 4 minutes played here in the first period of the EABL final. A single, Sheehan. Sheehan, great turn there, change of direction against Richardson. And a foul has been called. Foul has been called on Salome Latatan. Excuse me, it's not been called on Salome Latatan, it's called on Tariq Kamil Kazmi. That's his first foul as Tom Richardson comes out. And into the game for the first time, Harley Blake. And Sheehan misses the first. Averages 12 points this season for Myerscough. Has started all 11 games. And one of those glue players for Myerscough as he splits the foul shots. And Myerscough have a 10-8 lead. Of course, last season's beaten finalists looking to go one better this season, Myerscough, as Babalola connects.
Yeah, Demi Babalola, he's just such a great scorer from every spot on the floor. And that pull-up, that's something he's going to keep looking. That's something he's going to keep looking for.
And Babalola and Latatan were fighting for it, and it will stay with Myerscough. So we have a look at the replay here.
Yeah, and that's just Demi Babalola in a nutshell there. Just real hustle player. I mean, he's on every end of the floor, basically. Any time that ball's going to be loose on the floor, he's going to be the first one diving on it. Just real impact player. Just impact every single aspect of the game, really.
A single kicks it out. Sanchez, Sheehan. Here is a single, a three. That's short. And the ball again goes out of bounds, and Myerscough will keep it.
Yeah, some good ball movement from Myerscough there. Just forcing that Magic defense to chase the ball, really. And that is a good look for a single because he's going to keep. Once he settles in, he's going to start hitting them.
Sheehan doesn't get his shot to fall. Again, it stays with Myerscough. Myerscough getting a fair few cracks at it. As we have a substitution coming in. As Abraham Ishario comes out, or comes in, and Kamal Kazmi comes out. Another athletic big man, the number 3 for Manchester. Here is Sanchez, a long three. That's short. A single to the basket, goes off the glass, no good. And on the follow, and one. As Latatan.
Yeah, the Magic, they're going to have to box out. I mean, they are. Although, I mean, we did speak a lot about Zach Tresvant, but overall, the average height of the Myerscough players in comparison to the Magic players, the Magic are significantly undersized, really. So if they don't get a body on a player, they don't push them away from the basket, they're going to keep getting those second chance looks.
Sioma Latatan connects on the three-point play. And Myerscough have a three-point lead over halfway in the first period here in the EABL final. Babalola. Clayton to Walton. Babalola. 5 to shoot. Babalola misses everything. And ball goes out of bounds. As Ishario couldn't hang on, and substitutions coming in now for Myerscough as Sanchez comes out and Jakub Bukowski comes in. And Lewis Clayton will check out for Manchester, and Jack Adongo comes in for the first time for the Magic.
Yeah, Lewis Clayton, he's been real great addition to this Magic side. I mean, he's a starter and he's only a first year, everyone else second year, so real impact player so far for the Magic.
The Singley. On the catch and shoot, Sheehan. And Walton with the rebound, and here come the Magic looking to push. Walton, Blake. And a foul called on Saomi Ladatan.
And we spoke about Jack Galton's flashy pass in there. Just drove in, literally a pass behind his head. Just knowing where his teammates are.
First team foul for Myerscough in this contest. Walton on the three, in and out. And Tresvant just about collects the rebound, even though Ishario was going for it.
Yeah, Abraham Ishario, he's a real impact player, especially in that semi-final against Itchen. Really strong presence on defense.
As Bobkowski loses the ball, it goes out of bounds, and Manchester will pick it up. 3:40 to play here in the first period. As Sheehan comes out of the game and into the game for the first time, Finn Morgan. Here is Blake. Walton. Walton, what a pass inside, and a beautiful finish.
Yeah, great pass, even better finish. I mean, we literally just speak about Jack Galton's passing. No look pass, and then Abraham Ishario was able to finish on the other side. Perfect spin.
Took the words right out of my mouth there. And a foul called at the other end as Ladatan was fouled. I believe that was on Jakadongo, and that'll be his second foul. In fact, I think it might have actually been on someone else. As,
yeah, and Holly Blake.
Yeah, Holly Blake, who's now checked out. He was on 2 fouls now. Nathan Brown will replace him. Nathan Brown, who averages around 8 points a game, just under 8 points a game in the NBL Division 1 this season. Does shoot a consistent 48% from the field in the EABL.
Yeah, you don't want to give Nathan Brown any space, because as soon as you give him some space, he's going to hit them.
Ladatan splits the foul shots. Manchester shooting at around 50% from the floor. Conversely, Myerscough 23%. Babalola, the bounce pass inside, and another foul is called, and more trips to the line. This time, Abraham Ishario will go to the stripe.
Yeah, great little play there. Just some great ball movement. Obviously, we spoke already about how undersized the Magic are, so before they're going to have to take a second to think before every single shot they take, and you saw it just then. Faked the shot, found the extra pass, and they're able to get the easy layup and drew the foul. Junior Sanchez checking back in. Olivier Singley comes out as Ishario misses the first. Manchester's first trip to the stripe here this afternoon. Trailing 14-12 with 2:54 remaining in the first period. And a little bit of a press here from Manchester, which Myerscough beat quite simply. Here is Morgan. Morgan picks up his dribble and gets it turned over. Brown now attacking, muscles his way, doesn't get it to fall. Babalola collects the loose change, but turns it over. And here is Sanchez. Sanchez lays it up and in. Yeah, he's a real dominant force inside, is Junior Sanchez. Just able to muscle his way through.
Brown. Brown slows it down. Walton, a three. And he doesn't get that to fall. And Sanchez comes up with the rebound. Ladatan. Sanchez, final 2 minutes incoming in the first period. Sanchez gets it back. Tresvant a three. Tresvant off the back iron with his three. And Myerscough reset. 8 to shoot for Myerscough. And again, great defense from the Magic. Walton. Myerscough want to travel on Babalola. Here is Brown, the extra pass. And 3 is no good from Adongo.
Yeah, great offense there for the Magic. Really good ball move, just making that extra pass every time. Got a really good shot. Shame it couldn't fall, but hopefully they'll start to come.
Tresvant looking inside to Ladatan. Goes glass, doesn't fall, gets his own rebound and is fouled on the floor. However, Manchester are in the penalty, so it'll be 2 shots.
Yeah, Ladatan, such an athletic player. I mean, as soon as he goes up to take the shot, then literally you just sprung off the floor straight away, ready to get that rebound. And it's just going to be really crucial for the Magic to get a body on a play this game. We spoke about it already, but we've seen it so many times already. The times they are getting to the line is times where they've gotten the rebound, they're going up for the second chance point because they're not in the correct position. It's really hard to kind of adjust yourself into a position to not foul them, especially on that second chance putback.
Lewis Clayton checks back in. Jack Walton takes a breather for the final minute and 18. And Xiaomi Latatan, who was 1 rebound shy of a double-double in the semi-final win over Kohler, another athletic player, as he had 5 offensive rebounds out of those 9, but he stepped over the line whilst he was taking the free throw, so Manchester will get the ball.
1 minute and 18 seconds remaining in the first.
A minute and 18 to go here at the Essex Sport Arena on what has been a fantastic day of action here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Thank you so very, very much for joining us and putting up with me and Isha. Mainly me.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I took the words straight out of my mouth, John.
Yeah, foul on the floor. That's only Myerscough's third team foul of the first period. It's nice to know you have so much faith in me, Isha, as well.
It's because I just knew what you were going to say already. That's why I was just saving your breath.
I'm that predictable. Here is Clayton. Brown. Shot clock at 8. Brown attacking, kicks it out. Babalola, corner pocket. And it's rebounded athletically by Ladatan.
Yeah, very athletically there. Just out-jumped everyone there.
And a foul called as Iowa Brinde, into the game for the first time, gets fouled immediately. And Iowa Brinde will head to the stripe for the first time in this EABL final.
Yeah, Abraham Isharo just a little bit too eager there, maybe. He had the right idea, but...
As he misses the first. And one thing for Coach Myerscough to think about after this first quarter concludes is try and be a bit more disciplined on the defensive end, because, you know, if they keep this up, the foul count will really, really rise, and Myerscough will have their way with them, especially inside, as Ladatan gets it to go off the missed free throw. Adongo. Babalola swings it. Clayton, long with the 3. Rebounded Sanchez. Now Sanchez hounded by Adongo.
Yeah, the speed of Jack Adongo, he's an excellent defender.
Sanchez wants to slow it down. Final seconds of this first period. Sanchez still has it. Ladatan, a 3, a long 2 actually, is no good. And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. That shot would have never have counted. It would have been impressive nonetheless.
I was impressed that that even hit the rim, to be honest, from that angle.
And that ends the first period. Myerscough have an 18-13 lead over the Manchester Magic, as leading the way with 6 points. Harry Sheehan, 2 of 7 from the floor. And Junior Sanchez also has 6 points to add to that, leading the way for the Manchester Magic. 6 points for Demi Babalola. Jack Walton with just 2 points at the moment. We mentioned that for Manchester it was important for Babalola and Walton to come out strong, but at the moment Myerscough have had the edge on that at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, the momentum kind of definitely feels in Myerscough at the moment, but we're definitely going in their game plan, as you said, to kind of restrict Babalola and Walton, but there are other players on this team that can score, and if they keep playing their style of basketball, we've seen it already. I mean, there's obviously Myerscough are definitely better matched up in terms of height. They are a much taller team, but the Magic just need to play their game and do what they've done well. And we've seen it plenty of times already. They're driving quickly, they make quick passes, they make that extra pass, and most of the time they find the open player. The shots aren't falling yet, but they have stuck to what they've been doing well, and the shots will eventually come once they've settled into the game. But
just to give a bit more clarity on that, Manchester 0 of 8 from downtown in that first period. Conversely, Myerscough 1 of 8. But interestingly, Manchester 6 of 9 inside, 2-pointers, and Myerscough just 5 of 15. And for a team, you know, a taller team, a more athletic team, on paper, that's quite a surprising statistic. However, that is the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is, but it's credit to the Manchester defense, to be fair. I mean, as we spoke about the fouls, they do need to be a bit more disciplined, but I feel like it's a bit of an out-of-character performance on Magic. Usually they are quite disciplined. But to say Myerscough are the taller team, they are getting caught a lot on that second chance point, and that's where they're fouling. But we'll see what happens in this second quarter.
Here is Babalola to start out the second period. As a three is up from Odongo, no good, and it's rebounded by Sanchez. Sanchez at the top at three. That's off the back iron. Ball is bobbling around. Ladatan on the follow. That's no good either. And Clayton just about comes up with it. Did well not to force a travel there. Babalola. And Ishere will give it back to Babalola from Brown. And that goes out of bounds. It will stay with Manchester. 6 on the shot clock. Babalola, Clayton, Odongo. Brown, Odongo, shot clock winding down. Just about got it off in time, didn't get it to fall. Brown, the lefty, in and out. And Manchester's troubles continue from downtown. Clayton, though, gets the steal. Brown and Ladatan fighting for it. Ladatan, the other side, gets bumped and a foul. Salome Ladatan off the feed from Saomi Ladatan. As you see the replay, battling for the ball, him and Nathan Brown. Ladatan gets bumped and keeps his composure, his control superbly, and he'll go to the stripe.
Yeah, really impressive finish there, just to finish through that contact whilst he's falling back as well. Great finish.
Doesn't make the freebies at the line. Here is Brown. Babalola. Brown wasn't expecting the pass, but collects it anyway. And almost, well, does get it turned over, but gets it back again. Brown, Babalola, a three. And that no good.
Yeah, the Magic, they just need one of them to fall, and then they'll find their rhythm. But at the moment, not finding the bottom of the net with them three-pointers.
0 of 11 from downtown. As Ladatan somehow gets a shot up, and then he'll go to the stripe again.
Yeah, he did a good job to draw the foul there. Great cut inside.
As a Singley will come back into the game. And Jack Walton also coming back in for the Magic. Odongo and Brown coming out. And Tom Richardson, the other player, coming in for Manchester. As Ladatan makes the first. And Ladatan makes them both, and now it's a 9-point lead as Myerscough starting to flex the muscles a little bit here and playing to their strengths. Clayton travels with it.
Yeah, he thought about the pass there, but defense read it, just forcing that travel.
And this is a great spell for Myerscough right now. They're getting a steady stream of points on the board, whether it's field goals or free throws, and they're getting some good stops at the moment as well. Here is a single, Ladatan. Sanchez, 10 to shoot for Junior Sanchez, putting the moves on Walton. Doesn't get it to fall. Clayton comes up with it, and an unsportsmanlike foul is called. And Abraham Ishario on the floor as well. Thankfully gets himself back up. Of course, such a key component to this Manchester team. Abraham Ishario.
Yeah, had a real impact. I said earlier, real impact on defense, especially just a real inside presence. And he did a really good job at matching up against the bigs on Itchen in the semi-final. But the Magic now just need to kind of settle into it a bit.
And these free throws now from Lewis Clayton could go a long way to settling anything nerve-wise, but he misses the first. And gets the second to go. Of course, Manchester will get the ball and a fresh 14 on the clock. Of course, big thank you to everyone joining us on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the action. Of course, end of April, we've got the NBL and WNBL playoff finals weekend in Manchester, as Richardson buries a three.
Oh my God, Tom Richardson, what a shot that was. Literally hand in his face, couldn't have had any less space, but he's still able to hit it.
And Ishario gets the steal, looking for Clayton, but deflected by Sanchez. And now Sanchez nearly travelled with it. They've got to get it over the timeline here, Myerscough. 8-second violation is the call.
Yeah, great defensive play there from the Magic, and as a timeout is called.
And a wise timeout as well by Myerscough, just to settle the nerves.
Definitely. I mean, all it took was one play for the Magic, and now it feels as if the energy kind of swung their way. But obviously, it's only one play, and basketball is a game of runs. So Myerscough had their run. Maybe the Magic now settling back into it, digging into their run. But we'll see what will come out of this timeout.
Manchester at one point there, field goal percentage was at around 50% coming towards the end of the set of the first period. It's now dropped considerably down to 31. Myerscough have hustled thus far, but have only hit 7 field goals. 7 of 14 from the charity stripe thus far. They've attacked the basket with vigor. As we have 7:08 to play here in the second period of the final game of what has been a thrilling Academy Finals day here in Essex. Of course, usually it's up north in Manchester, but the Northwest teams had to travel down to Essex. But it's been an incredible day of action, hasn't it? It's been an incredible couple of days if you include the really thrilling dynamic schools finals that took place yesterday, Isha, and it's been just wonderful to have the top academies here under one roof.
Yeah, I mean, no matter where it is, Essex, Worcester, Manchester, the finals, always a great occasion. Always some really great basketball being played, and it's great to see some excellent talent on display here. Already had 2 amazing games, as you said, yesterday as well, with the dynamic schools going on, but just a great game here to finish it off, to wrap it up.
And a very rare miscommunication between Babalola and Walton, who know each other very, very well. Here is a single. And a turnover as Clayton anticipating where that pass was coming. Richardson airballs his layup. He had Sanchez there for company. Clayton hangs in the air, gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Babalola. And Babalola's pass is deflected. A very scrappy offense here, mainly in part to Myerscough's stifling defense. Tresvan under the basket, blocked by Richardson. Tresvan wants a foul.
Yeah, the Myerscough bench look in shock right now. I mean, Zach Tresvan's face says it all. But Tom Richardson, he got up there let's take a look at that. I mean, Tom Richardson springing up into the air there, just getting a hand on that ball. Great defensive play, just to bring that energy up even more for the Magic. Let's see if he can get something on this end of the floor.
And Walton finds Ishereo and a foul.
Yeah, right on cue there. Bit of commentator's blessing, if I say so myself. Abraham Ishereo under the basket, just getting the finish. But again, it's Jack Walton just facilitating, finding that open man. Nice pass inside. That is his 3rd assist of the game.
And he averages 6 assists this season, along with 14 points and 4 boards. Actually leads the EABL in 3-point percentage as well, at 47%. But right now, Manchester struggling in that area of the floor. But right now, they've got the gap down to 2. Sheehan. And Sheehan's pass, Clayton is everywhere right now. So effective and intercepting passing lanes, Lewis Clayton.
Yeah, he's just been such an addition to this Magic side. I mean, one of the younger, he's the youngest player on the court right now, pretty sure. Just really impactful force on defense. And he has a lot of those tips as well that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but that lead to the interceptions or lead to the steal, lead to the fast break. And that's why he's on the floor right now, obviously. Such a great force on defense.
Myerscough still have a 2-point lead. Tresvant, a singlet. Walton on him. The singlet decides to go isolation. Goes to the hoop and scores.
Yeah, that is a tough bucket that at the shot clock as well. Great finish from a singlet.
And Walton attacking at the other end.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Sheehan, who had a fantastic first quarter. 6 points all in that first quarter. Sanchez bumping his way inside and gets the friendly bounce. Beautiful play from Junior Sanchez. Walton, and Jack Walton is fouled, and you can sense both teams just upping the tempo, upping the intensity as we enter the halfway period of the second.
Yeah, it looks like the Magic have kind of woken up a little bit now. I mean, they looked a bit hesitant to attack in the first quarter. I mean, the shots weren't falling, but now the energy's with the momentum's there. They're getting to the basket, they're drawing the fouls. As Jack Walton's at the line.
Of course, remember, Manchester beat Myerscough in the regular season in Preston, and Myerscough returned the favour in Manchester in the new year. Of course, Manchester North Conference champions as a way of that head-to-head victory over Myerscough by the thinnest of margins, as Walton makes the second. And here's Tresvant playing the point. And that pass risky. Ball's deflected. Ball is still deflected, and it goes out of bounds, and it will go to Manchester, as both teams really couldn't hang on to the ball there. A bit of hot potato going on.
Yeah, I mean, as you said before, John, both teams have really stepped up the tempo now. You can tell on the court as well, just the energy from both sides, going after absolutely everything. Everybody getting hands on every single pass going out there right now.
Harry Sheehan checks out. And Daniel Okoye comes into the game for the first time, the number 21 for Myerscough. Richardson a 3, that's long, but it's rebounded by Clayton. Lewis Clayton has been everywhere in this first half. Walton. Turnaround jumper over a singlet, doesn't fall. Ball is loose and it's collected by Okoye. Here is Tresvant, bit of a Euro step, finds it blocked, but on the follow, I believe that was a singlet. Walton. And Walton wanted the a little give and go there with Ishereo, and the ball goes out of bounds instead. Manchester will keep it. 4:29 to play, and it's a 2-possession game, 28-24. And the ball goes out of bounds, and this time Myerscough will collect it. Good hands from Tresvant. And Abraham Ishereo came off his thigh.
Yeah, Myerscough giving the Magic no room to breathe at the moment.
Tresvant. And Trezvant pass goes right out of bounds.
And you can see now, especially as the tempo stepped up, we're seeing a lot more turnover. We're seeing a lot more of those passes that are maybe just a little bit too far, maybe just a little bit out of reach. But as the tempo steps up, you know, people's energy step up, people are more alert.
7th turnover for Myerscough in this first half. Manchester also on 7 turnovers. Here is Walton with 6 to shoot. Bit of a mismatch against Trezvant. Drives to the basket, inside, and a foul! Ishareo muscling his way in, putting a bit of muscle with the hustle.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to just kind of put a statement down. Abraham Isharo, big bucket there. Again, nice little dump off from Jack Walton. And right at the buzzer, bringing the and one. And the whole Magic bench stands up and cheers.
3:53 to play, and Myerscough still hold the advantage as Trezvant gets the rebound. Singley backing down Walton. Singley looking for help in a straitjacket, still under the basket. 3-second violation, ran out of room, ran out of ideas there, Olivia Singley.
Yeah, again, another great defensive possession there from the Magic. Isharo just coming over, holding his stance, giving him no option.
Walton just about collects. And in the corner, a 3 from Richardson.
And that is what Tom Richardson does so well. If you give him even an inch of space, he's going to pull that trigger and he's going to sink it.
Singley. Sanchez is fouled by Tom Richardson. Junior Sanchez has been an absolute force in this first half. 8 points, 4 rebounds. And he's got 3 of 7 from the field. And we've spoken about him a little bit in this contest thus far, how he's brought so much to this incredible program. And in this first half, he has really been a warrior, hasn't he?
He really has. He just really uses his size and strength to his advantage. And he's just one of them players, again, who's just everywhere on the court.
And Okoye can't hang on to the pass, and Manchester will get it back. 3:08 to play here in the half. Here is Walton. Clayton. Give and go with Walton, but it's turned over, and Trezvant diving on the floor. Lots of hustle. Singley. Sanchez, the layup, and a foul. Junior Sanchez on cue, and that all started with that fantastic defensive sequence from Zach Trezvant. And here we see Sanchez aggressive to the cup.
Yeah, I mean, just as we were speaking about him as well, again, just finishing through that contact, using his strength to his advantage. And it just takes such great skill to be able to finish whilst you've got a hand on your arm.
Now Junior Sanchez at the stripe for Myerscough, who retake the lead as well with that layup. And they still have the ball. Trezvant marked by Walton. Trezvant travels with it.
Yeah, Myerscough now, I mean, as we said, basketball game runs. The Magic have gone on a bit of a run here. It feels like the energy's with them, but Myerscough can't get into the trap of playing into the Magic's game. They need to keep doing what they were doing well in that first quarter, apologies. And then they'll find some success.
2:32 to play here in the half. Clayton going to the basket over Trezvant and one.
Lewis Clayton, what can't he do? He's been an absolute force in this first half. Look at that finish, stepping through the defense, taking the contact, so much hang time. And to get that spin, that friendly roll into the basket, what a finish.
Leon Heidenreich-Roberts comes into the game for the first time for Myerscough as Daniel Okoye takes a seat on the bench. Lewis Clayton strings the free throw.
And just giving the Magic back that lead.
That lead, yeah. 2-point game now. 2:22 to play here in the half. For Singley, Sanchez just about collects. And Sanchez now travels with it. Did a bit of a pirouette to the basket. And a timeout has been called on the floor. 2:16 to play. 32-30 in favour of the Magic over Myerscough. In what has been a really entertaining first 28 minutes, or 18 minutes of the first half. Getting a bit ahead of myself there. But it's been really even at the same time as we have a look at the highlights. And Myerscough have enjoyed the lead for probably the little bit of the majority, but Manchester coming into their own in the final minute and a bit.
Yeah, they have. And I mean, we've seen this a few times already today where one team might come out early, but it just took the Magic a second to kind of settle into the game. Obviously, in that first quarter, Myerscough did kind of have the edge on the Magic, but as Manchester have settled into it now, they've started playing their brand of basketball. They're finding the bottom of the net. They're shooting the shots that they want to shoot. That's where they found success. And obviously, Myerscough now got that timeout just to talk things through. Probably just to tell them to settle down a bit, because what they were doing well when they were doing the things like they wanted to do, when they were just driving to the basket, finding that kick out, it was working. But now the tempo's up and they've started to rush their offense as well. So they just need to calm down a little bit, slow things down and see what they can get.
2:16 to play in the half. Manchester with no more fouls to give. Myerscough in the penalty. So every Manchester attack that ends in a Myerscough foul will end in free throws to end the half. Here is Walton. Loreto back to Walton. 8 to shoot for the Magic. And got a whistle on the floor here as I think Manchester will keep it, and they will, and they'll get 2 shots as a result. Foul away from the ball. Demi Babalola will now head to the stripe. Demi Babalola, 6 points, 6 rebounds thus far. And he makes the first. And for Demi Babalola, of course, a proud moment for him, being part of Manchester basketball for the SLB Cup final against the London Lions earlier this week, on Sunday. What a moment for him, especially in an arena like the AO Arena.
Yeah, he's no stranger to performing on the big stage.
A Singley. Tresvant, lovely dump-off pass, but Walton, quick as a flash onto it. Babalola, Richardson in support. The extra pass, and the finish, no. As Morgan collects the rebound, Loreto was going for it. Sanchez at the other end, blocked by Loreto. On the follow was Tresvant.
Yeah, again, I mean, great defensive possession there by the Magic, but Myerscough just not giving up.
And Latatan gets the steal at the other end. A Singley. Sanchez thought about the 3. A Singley short with the 3. Latatan gets the rebound. Sanchez collects and slows. 1 point game, a minute to play in the half. A Singley backing down Weeks, throws it up as the shot clock was about to expire, and now Richardson and Sanchez in a foot race, and Richardson will head to the stripe, but it speaks volumes of Sanchez being the only player that will run back in transition, as we see on the replay, and Tom Richardson will head to the stripe.
Yeah, I mean, a foul like that, sometimes as a coach, I mean, it's not an awful foul because it was on the fast break. He was either going to score it or he wasn't. But we've seen the Magic, as we said, we've already seen them settle a lot more into this game, this second quarter. But we've seen them have a lot more fast breaks. Maybe they haven't had success off it, but we know that Manchester brand of basketball. They like to fast break, they like to run up the floor, they like to push the ball ahead. We've seen a lot more of them in this quarter.
Richardson strings the second. Tresvant. Sanchez. 40 seconds to play in what has been a very intense and scrappy first half. Here is Richardson. Weeks inside. Weeks can't get it to finish. Trezvant almost got the block. He did just enough as Sheehan and Weeks hit the deck.
24.9 seconds.
And a foul is actually going to be called as well. And it will be against the Magic. So Harry Sheehan will head to the line, and there'll be a substitution coming in as Iowa Brinde will check back in, and Trezvant will head to the bench. And Harry Sheehan clangs the first. Misses them both. Sanchez, though, right there to collect the rebound. Sheehan Euro-stepping his way to the basket.
That is a tough finish. I mean, literally you have to step around the defense there.
Final seconds of the half. Walton with it. Walton still has it. A wild pass intended for Tom Richardson, who had to jump out of the gym but still couldn't collect it.
Yeah, I mean, the intent was there. It was the right pass. With 1.7 to go, though, seems unlikely that Myerscough will get off a good shot here.
Well, they'll try it. Sheehan finds Sanchez. That will be good if it goes. And that won't count from a single. And that ends the first half, and it's all knotted up at 34, almost carbon copy of the WEABL final, with it all to play for here. At the break, Manchester Magic and Myerscough locked in at 34 apiece, leading the way for the Manchester Magic. Abraham Echario off the bench, who has 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting, leading the way for Myerscough. Junior Sanchez, the only player in double figures, he has 10.
Yeah, I mean, what a great first half action it's been. It kind of feels like first quarter felt like it was definitely Myerscough's. I mean, they won it 18 points to 13. Magic seemed like they struggled to settle into the game, especially in that first quarter, but in this second quarter, they really stepped it up. They started playing their brand of basketball, and they did a really good job to win that quarter to 21 points to 16. I mean, it's a tight game going into the break. And it's all to play for in second half. I mean, it could go either way. We said this all day. We've had some really close games, but we've not had one tied at the break yet, I don't believe so.
So that ends the first half here in our EABL final, and in our Northwest Derby, it's all locked in at 34 to 34. Manchester Magic and Myerscough cannot be separated. Join us for the third quarter. We'll be back in roughly 12 minutes' time. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Essex Sport Arena here on the University of Essex campus, and our final game of what has been an incredible day of academy finals action, and the EABL final is all knotted up at 34 apiece between Manchester Magic and Myerscough College. John Hobbs, Isha Naya on hand to bring you the action for the second half, and it's been an even first half, lots of highlights from both teams, and for Myerscough, it's, well, for both teams, it's about just staying competitive, just still stay what you're doing, really, as we enter the third period. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd say it's been a really competitive game. I mean, it's a tie at half-time, and you said it, you summed it up perfectly there. Just each team needs to kind of stick to doing what they're doing, because, I mean, we saw Myerscough come out pretty strong, especially in that first quarter. They were really great on offense. Defensively, they were putting on the pressure, and the Magic kind of fell into that trap of playing into the game that Myerscough were playing. They didn't stick to their brand of basketball, but then we saw kind of the reverse of that in that second quarter. The Magic, they definitely looked more effective on offense. Defensively, they were doing a much stronger job, and then Myerscough then kind of fell into the trap of playing into the Magic hand. So just like you said just then, each team needs to just stick to their brand of basketball and just stay being competitive and stay composed as well, because there's been plenty of times in this game where it's been really scrappy. The ball's been flying absolutely everywhere. There's been hands in every single passing lane, and they just both need to kind of stay composed, take a breath. We've still got 20 minutes to play in this game. That is a really long time in basketball. So yeah. Of course, for Myerscough, beaten finalists last season, looking for their first EABL trophy since the COVID-shortened campaign of 2019-2020 when they shared it with Barking Abbey. Manchester looking for their first EABL trophy since 2011. As we start the third period, Sheehan pulls up and buries the two. Yeah, great start, great open to the second half from Harry Sheehan. And a turnover there as well, as Ladatan gets the two at the same end. Yeah, Myerscough definitely the start that they would have wanted to this second half. 4 quick and easy points, and just like that, they've got the lead. Not even 50 seconds have passed, and now Myerscough have raced out with back-to-back field goals. As Manchester yet to get in any sort of rhythm here in the third period thus far. And now we'll get their offense up and running. Here is Brown. Clayton. Walton. And Walton's pass deflected, but he gets it back, scoops it up and in, somehow, some way, gets it to fall. Yeah, Jack Wall, I don't know how he finished that one. Right at the shot clock, right at the buzzer. Was able to finish over the taller defenders as well. Singley. Tresvant lines up a three. That rattles around and it's rebounded by Babalola. Walton, a three. Walton connects. 5 quick points for Jack Walton. First three-pointer of the game for Magic's number 8. As Singley battling his way to the basket, loses the ball. Sheehan comes up with it. Sanchez responds for 3. Yeah, we're going bucket for bucket here. I mean, just as Jack Walton hit that one, Judy Sanchez just replies straight back instantly. Here is Walton. Babalola. Babalola loses the handle, still has it. Great defense from Ladatan. And here is a Singley all the way, blocked, partially blocked by Babalola on the follow. Tresvant no good. The intensity has not changed from both teams from the first half. Babalola. Brown. Babalola, 8 to shoot. Clayton lines it up, strings a 3. Timeout Myerscough. And after a blistering start from Myerscough, Manchester have answered right back
Yeah, just as we said, Myerscough started the quarter how they would have wanted to. The Magic settled straight back into this game.
We thought a timeout had been called, but now players stopped.
I think maybe just a clarification on the points, perhaps.
Thing is, one of the referees did signal a timeout. We'll just wait to see what the call is. And I think you're right, Isha. I think it was to determine whether that was a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer. And we have a correct score, 42-41 to Manchester. And we can restart. Here is a single. Being marked by Walton. Tresvant with the screen. Tresvant now gets it under the hoop, just how he likes it.
Yeah, Zach Tresvant, he's so effective down low underneath that basket, just what he does well.
Brown, Walton lines it up, splash!
Jack Walton again, I mean, if you give him any space, he's going to shoot that. And as he said before, I mean, he leads the EABL in three-point percentage, and he's just showing here why.
47% from downtown this season, second three-pointer of the game for Jack Walton. And all of those three-pointers, both of them have come here in this third period. And the Magic hold a 2-point lead. A single. Again, Walton all over him. A single still has it. Turnaround jumper. And it's rebounded by Babalola. 8 rebounds for Demi Babalola, but loses the ball. And Sanchez will come up with it. And again, a really risky pass. Bodies on the deck again, right in front of us.
Yeah, it doesn't get more front seat than this. But I mean, as you said, it was in that first half, it was such a scrappy game, and that intensity and scrappiness just carried through into this second half. Anytime there's a loose ball, there's about 3 players from each team diving on that ball.
You see how I saved you there as well, Isha. Here is Walton. Walton steps back. Can't get that friendly roll. Again, as you say, bodies on the deck again. A single comes up with it. Tresvant. And an offensive foul has been called on Zach Tresvant, going into the teeth of Demi Babalola.
Yeah, Demi Babalola, I mean, there you go. Look at that replay, just holding his stance there. Knowing that that's what Zach Tresvant likes to do. He likes to get to the basket.
Walton. Manchester with a 2-point lead with 4 minutes played here in this third period. Babalola. Babalola on the spin, scores. Got the pass from Kamal Kazmi and made no mistake. Sheehan. Sheehan now attacking with aggression, and he'll go to the stripe.
Yeah, Harry Sheehan been getting it done for Myerscough today. Got 10 points, just nice little spin move there, making his way to the basket, able to draw that foul. And a minute now, the players to kind of just take a breath, kind of settle down back into it while Sheehan takes these free throws. And he's a pretty experienced player himself, representing GB under 16s level. Back in 2023.
Jakadongo comes back into the game, as well as Abraham Ishareo. As Sheehan makes the second. Babalola, Ishareo, Odongo. And another Bit of miscommunication there, but you could see what Ishireo wanted from Walton there. He wanted him to just stay where he was and dictate the play, but instead Walton wanted to drive to the basket.
Yeah, just a slight miscommunication there.
Singlay. Singlay keeps his dribble, or excuse me, picks up his dribble. Here is Sheehan. Halfway through the third, Sheehan bumping his way in, doesn't fall, and Ladatan there on the follow.
Yeah, Ladatan, we saw him in that first quarter, especially under the basket, getting those boards, getting those nice, easy scores.
Walton, Babalola. Babalola a long two off to the right, and it's well rebounded by Richardson, who smacks the metal security banner behind the basket.
I believe they call it a shutter.
Well, I like to call it something different. And 2 shots at the line for Adongo. Jack Adongo coming off the bench and has played really well in spurts, hasn't he, in this contest. The Manchester number 10, a really, again, tenacious competitor. Misses the first, though.
Yeah, he's a great defender, Jack Adongo. Gone through the Magic program, had experience at Aspire, representing the North. And as you said, just in short bursts, he comes on, he plays his defense, he does his job, and he does it so effectively.
As said, a really energetic player, energetic defender. Averages a shade under 2 steals a game this season. As Richardson a bit too enthusiastic with Sanchez.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens, especially when teams are playing tough defense. We're on both sides of the floor today, where there's some tough defense going on, but sometimes just a little bit too close.
Sanchez for 3, that's long. Big rebound there by Latatan, and the whistle has gone. It will looks like it will stay with Myerscough, actually. Sanchez. And deflection there from Richardson on the 3 from Bobkowski. And Sanchez can't make it a second time, and here is Richardson. And Richardson on the floor, Myerscough get the turnover.
Yeah, the game's it seems a bit unsettled at the moment. The ball just flying everywhere.
Bobkowski. Sheehan a 3, strings it.
Yeah, Harry Sheehan making it when it counts.
And Siomi Ladatan hit the floor, held his left ankle, but got up okay, but still walking on it a little gingerly.
Yeah, and that 3 from Sheehan just giving Myerscough back that lead.
6 minutes played here in the third period, and Myerscough have a 3-point lead. Here is Walton. Walton gets it back. Babalola, 7 to shoot for Manchester. Great defense from Myerscough. Walton can't get that to fall. Sheehan comes up with it. Brilliant defense around the perimeter from Myerscough.
Yeah, definitely, especially keeping up with that quick ball movement from that Magic side, but didn't give the Magic any space to get a shot off there.
And a foul away from the ball. And I think that's on Jack Adongo. As we have substitutions coming in. As a Singlay comes back in for Myerscough. And into the game Harley Blake for Manchester. And the floater off the glass from Bobkowski.
Yeah, great take from Bobkowski there. Just seeing the lane, taking it all the way.
Babalola keeps the handle going, but gets it ripped off by Ladatan. Now Ladatan at the other end, and he'll go to the line. And so much energy, so much enthusiasm in Myerscough's play, especially in the last 2 and a bit minutes at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that big time three from Harry Sheehan there, just kind of giving them that energy, giving them that upper edge. And now it kind of, even though it was only one bucket, especially in a close game like this, that one bucket might be the bucket that you need to bring that energy back to your side. And it feels like the pendulum has swung back into the way of Myerscough at the moment. Definitely feels as if they're getting a lot of stops on the defensive end. They're doing a great job at doing that, getting them rebounds. And they're pushing the floor back on the other end, drawing those fouls. As head coach Tom Paraskiva takes a minute to talk things over now.
And it's a good timeout as well for Coach Paraskiva, just trying to kill any momentum that Myerscough might have and just try and calm his players down, get a few sets going and try and just get some points on the board right now, because Myerscough in the last 2 to 3 minutes have certainly had the edge.
Yeah, 100%. And we spoke about it just before the start of this second half. Whichever team was going to keep composed, whichever team is going to keep playing their brand of basketball, that is the team that is going to be successful at the end of this contest. And we've seen glimpses of it on both sides today. But yeah, I mean, 30 minutes still to play in this game. It's a long time in basketball. Could still swing either way with it being a 2-possession game.
And Myerscough will have 2 shots at the line after that timeout. So Naomi Ladatan will head to the stripe. And another player that's really been outstanding here today, as he looks to reach the double-digit mark. Misses the free throw though, so he'll stay in single digits. 8 points, 2 of 6 from the floor, but does have 10 rebounds as well, so flirting with a double-double.
Yeah, he's been a real force under the basket today.
And that basket won't count, as Ladatan actually stepped into the lane whilst he was shooting the free throw. So Manchester will get the ball back. That basket is wiped off. And it's as you were. And look at the defense on Walton, who is being marked aggressively by Ladatan, and a bit too aggressively.
Yeah, but I mean, clever play from Jack Walton there. He knew that Ladatan got behind him, just slowing down and drawing that foul.
And that's just the basketball smarts of young Jack Walton, who is so mature for his age, especially on the basketball court. And here he is on the ball. And again, a foul, and this time it's on Asingle, who almost had their feet wrapped up.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about the foul count, especially towards the Magic being a bit undisciplined in that first half, but we've seen Myerscough pick up a fair few as well this quarter.
And Siomi Ladatan, it came off his foot, so Manchester will get another crack at this. Here is Walton. Babalola. 9 to shoot for Manchester. Babalola exploding to the basket. Can't get it to fall though. Ladatan a rebound. He's grimacing at the moment with his ankle. And another foul has been called as Bobkowski was driving to the basket and got whacked at the back.
Yeah, good take again from Bobkowski. What he's done so well this game is just find the gaps, and every time he sees a gap, just uses his long strides to get through and find his way to the rim.
Myerscough back to the stripe where they are 9 of 21 here today, make that 10 of 22. 2:29 to play, and Myerscough have a 6-point lead. And Bobkowski makes them both, and he is off the mark here today. Babalola. Walton. Walton, lovely move, blocked by Singley. Big rejection from Olivier Singley, who is fouled driving downhill.
Yeah, great defense there. Just watch it on the replay. Looks like Jack Walton's free. Looks like he has a path, but Singley just springs up, smacks it straight off that backboard. And now we'll have some shots at the other end.
Yeah, Manchester now in the penalty with that foul. Myerscough with no fouls to give. And Singley makes the first. Singley, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists in the quarter-final win over Barking Abbey. And then, as we mentioned, those game-winning free throws we said at the top of the show that secured the win over the Southern Conference champions, Cola. Great passing inside, and again, Jack Odongo really aggressive to the basket, and he is still on the floor. He got hit hard, and we'll see it here on the replay. The pass there from Harvey Blake. Whack, that's...
Yeah, I mean, great cut inside there just to get that pass up, and Harvey Blake, great pass, good cut from Odongo, but just bumped on the way up.
Well, it wasn't so much the contact, I think it was the landing.
Yeah, he just got smacked in the air, and just the landing, I think, not great. Hopefully...
Well, he's still down, as both teams have gone to the benches, and hope Jack Odongo is okay. No fear in that young man, and as we say, tougher than a 2-pound steak as he gets back up off the floor. And it's good to see him up on his feet, walking, still feeling the effects from his left wrist, and he will have to come out for a couple of minutes, I'd imagine. Lewis Clayton will check in as Odongo will head to the physio's table just to get some further treatment, and Lewis Clayton will take his place at the line. And he makes the first.
Yeah, Lewis Clayton, he's had himself a game so far today. Real impact player, one of the younger players on the side, but he's had 10 points so far in the game, along with 5 rebounds. But plenty of tips and steals that aren't going to show up on that stat sheet as well.
Yeah, certainly does the intangibles that every coach loves to see. As Singley gets the step on Babalola, kicks it out. Sheehan, a 3, money.
Yeah, great job from Singley there, just drawing all the defense. Harry Sheehan all alone on that 3-point line, and he's going to drain that.
Here's Loreto. Finds Walton. Walton, a 3. That's in and out. Here's Singley. Looking for the screen from Ladatan and gets it. Sheehan is also open as Singley going it alone high off the glass, and a foul is called. And Olivia Singley will head to the line.
Yeah, another great take there from Singley, just finding the gap, high pickup, trying to bank it in or high off the glass, but able to draw the foul instead.
Junior Sanchez coming back in. Salome Ladatan heads to the bench. Olivia Singley makes the first.
And Sami Sidi Boumediene coming in for the first time from the Magic.
Yep, the number 2, seeing his first action of today, a 5'10" guard. Good 3-point shooter, around 32% for the season. Picks the right shots at the right time. Does Sami Sidi Boumediene. Here is Babalola. Lovely pass to Walton. Walton, the finish.
Yeah, and that is just that connection between
those two.
And
he gets the steal as well, Walton. Inside, and the finish inside there from Israel. Now all of a sudden, the double-digit lead for Myerscough is now trimmed to 8. A Singley. Sanchez. Sheehan misses everything. Walton right down Main Street.
Jack Walton just don't know how he finishes that. Literally on the reverse, using the basket to protect the ball. Great finish.
Sanchez somehow finds Bobkowski. 8 to shoot for Myerscough. Ladatan. A single, shot clock at 1. He's got to put up something, shot clock violation. 6.2 to play here in the third period.
Yeah, I mean, this past minute, less than a minute really, the Magic have really stepped up the tempo to end this third quarter. Myerscough were on a nice little run themselves there. They extended that lead to double digits, but Magic not giving up without a fight.
Final seconds of the third. Walton falling away. And that'll end it. It's advantage Myerscough going into the fourth and final quarter. And they have certainly had the upper hand in the third period. Better execution offensively and defensively have been absolutely fantastic, suffocating the ball handlers for Manchester, primarily Jack Walton. But in the final minute and a half of that third, Manchester have come roaring back, and now it's anybody's game. It's a 6-point lead though for Myerscough.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, just as it felt like Myerscough had the upper edge there. I mean, they were led by 12, led by Harry Sheehan hitting those 3-pointers. I mean, 18 points in the game for him. But as you say, just that little run of possessions there from the Magic, just able to bring themselves back in, bring that lead back within reach. Jack Walton, 18 points for him. As 10 minutes to go in the game. We're in for an exciting fourth quarter. It could go either way, John.
Yeah, and 12 of those 18 for Walton have come here in this third period. He leads the way for Manchester, but leading the way for Myerscough, Harry Sheehan, 3 3-pointers for his 18 points. He is shooting 42% from downtown. He's had an absolutely fantastic game for Myerscough.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who's averaged 12.5 points throughout this EABL season, he's really stepped things up. I mean, he has 18 points in the game, still 10 minutes to go. Great performance from him so far.
And Magic will get the ball to start this fourth and final quarter here at the Essex Sport Arena. Here is Babalola to get us underway. Who will keep their composure? Babalola on the follow, off the miss from Clayton.
Debbie Babalola, what a way to open the quarter. I mean, who else but him? Put back and the dunk. What a way to start this quarter.
Sheehan doesn't get his shot to fall. Clayton at the other end, Clayton off the glass. It's a 2-point game.
Yeah, and just like that, I mean, within a matter of seconds, the Magic have climbed their way back out of this one. Myerscough need a score off this one if they want to keep that cushion.
A single, beautiful footwork, can't get it to fall, gets his own rebound, and a foul on the floor. Foul is called on Lewis Clayton. And that'll be Clayton's fourth foul.
Yeah, if he fouls out, that will be a big loss for the Magic, especially defensively. He's had his hands in all them passing lanes, but as I said, great move from there from a single. Great footwork.
And Clayton will actually come out. Good to see Jakadongo come back into the game after a couple of minutes out. Here is Sanchez. Sanchez, 7 to shoots. Beautiful move and a layup off the glass. Beautiful move from Junior Sanchez.
Yeah, Junior Sanchez, way to get it done. Nice little spin there, just muscles his way through. He does that so well, uses strength to his advantage.
Adongo, Babalola. Babalola misses the 3. Tresvant with the rebound. A single, Sanchez. Tresvant was calling for it. Tresvant still wants it. Sanchez goes it alone. Ladatan on the follow.
Yeah, Ladetan's done that so well in this game. Such a dominant force underneath the basket, just springing up there.
Walton being marked by Sheehan, and the foul has been called on Harry Sheehan. And that'll be his first foul of the game.
Yeah, Harry Sheehan, I mean, 20 minutes only, that being his first foul. Great discipline from him.
And hasn't actually turned the ball over in this game as well. That's another statistic to look at. 18 points, 3 triples, but no turnovers. Four-point game. Sanchez. Sanchez to the basket aggressively. Trezvant looking for the putback dunk. Ball is loose. And it looks like it's going to stay with Myerscough.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Trezvant there almost got that putback dunk, just cleaning it up on the glass. Couldn't get it to go, but again, that scrappiness that we've seen all game. Loose ball, everyone from both teams just trying to get a hand on it, trying to secure that ball.
Zach Trezvant, only 4 points today, does have 7 rebounds to his name. And here he is on the ball. Inside the finish from a Singlay.
Yeah, Singlay, easy as anything. Did a good job there to get that ball, position himself for a nice, easy layup.
Great link-up play between Trezvant and a Singlay. Here is Babalola. Babalola nearly lost the ball. In fact, Trezvant got it off him. And Trezvant slows it down. Ladetan can't hang on, and Manchester will get the ball back.
Yeah, it was a good idea from Trezvant there, trying to get that nice find inside to Ladetan, but unfortunately couldn't get it to go.
Walton. Babalola. 6-point lead for Myerscough. Adongo. Adongo looking for Ishireyo, can't find him. A Singlay under the hoop. And he can't get his shot to go. Trezvant, though, right there. A Singlay, a 3, corner pocket, no good. Ladetan almost jumped over Adongo to get that. And Adongo wisely bumps it off Ladetan, and it'll be a Manchester ball.
Yeah, and Ladetan, such a bouncy player. Even though Adongo was boxing him out, just able to spring up and get a hand on that ball anyway.
Manchester shooting 43% from the field in this game. Here is Babalola. Babalola steps in, misses everything but gets his own rebound. And the ball will go out of bounds. It will stay with the Magic. That is Demi Babalola's double-double as well. By the way, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Has 4 assists as well to his name.
Yeah, again, another player just active on every single aspect of the floor, although he hasn't had offensively, which is crazy to say for him. He hasn't had an outstanding game, although he has 13 points, but still able to impact in other aspects of the game.
3 is up, 3 is good for Boumediene. First 3-pointer for Sami Sidi Boumediene, and as we said, 32% for the season. Does like to shoot the 3. Sheehan on the catch and shoot. That's off the back iron, and it will stay with Myerscough.
Yeah, as I said, Sami Sidi Boumediene loves to shoot the ball. Great 3-point shooter. Harry Sheehan couldn't get it to go that time, but again, you don't want to give him any room on that shot. We've seen him hit them so many times today, especially when it's counted.
6:03 to play in the 4th period. And Myerscough hold a slender 3-point lead with it all to play for. And it's been a really thrilling battle, hasn't it, Isha? Myerscough had a 12-point lead at one time. Of course, Manchester have had the lead for the majority, really, of that 3rd period until Myerscough came back. And it's just all to play for, isn't it? It's a 1-possession game with 6:03 to play here in the 4th.
Yeah, it's really gonna come down to the wire. And as you said before as well, the foul count could definitely come into play. The few players out there who are on 3 fouls, got 1 player on 4. And it really could come down to the wire, could come down to free throws. And we've seen that already today, especially earlier on in that CBL final. 3 free throws definitely came into play towards the end of that game.
Well, if we look at free throws, Myerscough 55% from the charity stripe, 15 of 27. And Manchester 10 of 17. And like you said, like we saw in the CBL final, it could come down to foul shots. As this 4th quarter progresses, both teams with just 1 team foul to their name at the moment. Sanchez, a single, traveling violation on a single. And Manchester will get the ball back and can reduce the deficit to either 1 or even tie. Walton. As Ishirio looks for help, finds it in Babalola. Shot clock in single figures. Walton kicks it out. Boumediene inside, and the up and under layup is no good from Ishirio. Sheehan. And it's rebounded and taken by Babalola. Here is Walton. Walton, Ishirio, the flush.
Yeah, Abraham Ishirio, we know he's a bouncy player. What a way to bring up that energy, especially in a close game like this. Just like that, it's a 1-point game. 67 to 66. A single, a 3. That's no good. And a over the back foul called on Ladatan. Or is it? In fact, no, it's a foul. On Odongo.
On Odongo, yeah.
I mean, he goes for the box out.
And that's foul number 4 on Jack Odongo as well. So Myerscough will keep it with Sanchez. 10 to shoot for Myerscough. Sanchez still has it. And Sanchez can't hang on, still has the ball. Ball is loose. Tresvant just about gets a shot up, and it's tipped in by Ladatan.
Yeah, again, Ladatan just showing that impact inside, just springs off the floor, able to get a hand on it, and that time just a nice tip in.
And that is Siomi Ladatan's double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds. As Walton at the other end.
Again, that inside finish. He loves that inside hand finish, does Jack Walton.
Sanchez off the glass. Both teams now finding a rhythm inside. Here is Walton. Walton, Boumediene a 3. And it comes up in Myerscough's hands with Sanchez, who slows it down. Myerscough have a 3-point lead. Tresvant. A single. Sheehan, a wide open 3. That's short. It's rebounded by Tresvant. Tresvant can't get it to go. Gets another bite of the cherry and a foul.
Zach Tresvant just finishing through the contact. What a play. I mean, just giving Myerscough the extra little cushion, giving him that 2-possession lead. And now he has a chance for another one at the free throw line. Look at him there, just getting that rebound. Just takes it with one hand, really. Just holding it above everyone else's head.
6 points and 10 or 11 rebounds now for Zach Tresvant. As you say, Isha, that one-handed shot, almost reminiscent of Victor Wembanyama, as Manchester will get the ball.
And the Magic are going to need a score off this one if they want to keep it within reach.
Walton off the glass. It was over Tresvant. Tresvant did just enough. Ladatan. A single. Finds Tresvant, the flush.
Oh my days. A single hit, nice little lob there. Zach Tresvant just leaps into the air, gets that ball, catches the lob and slams it down. That's what we know he can do so well.
Richardson can't respond with a 3.
And now you just can't help but feel that the energy is with Myerscough. That last play from Tresvan, big play from him there. Giving them that energy.
Singley, right down Main Street. Sheehan attacks the basket. Beautiful footwork and the finish. Timeout magic. Myerscough are rampant.
Myerscough cannot be stopped at the moment. I mean, that play, the previous play, that great little link up between Singley and Tresvan, nice little slam there, bringing up that energy. And Harry Sheehan then, I mean, what a move that was underneath the basket. As you say, great footwork, able to finish on the reverse through all the defense. Let's just watch this replay, that slam here. Singley, he just knows Tresvan's going to be there to clean that up. And he just swings on the basket. What a play.
Hanging on the basket, a little bit of attitude. Look at this footwork and the beautiful finish. Converting a layup like that, you see it and it looks easy, but when you are doing it on the floor, especially with bodies all over you, it's so much harder. That's elite footwork.
Yeah, incredible move from Harry Sheehan.
Yeah, from Sheehan, absolutely. And now it's a 9-point lead with 2:55 to play. And Myerscough right now have Manchester right where they want them. And a big, big thank you to everyone joining us on the Basketball England YouTube channel, wherever you are in the country, whether you're in Manchester, Preston, anywhere up north or anywhere else. Thank you so very, very much for joining us here today. Babalola, Richardson blocked. Lanatan gets his hands in the way.
Yeah, that is a huge play. I mean, plays like that, just bringing up the energy for Myerscough, giving them that momentum. I mean, look at how high he gets up off that floor, just swatting it. Something like, it's like a volleyball spike, that one.
Clayton. And a foul away from the ball. And it's on, I think it's on Singley. It is, and that's his 4th foul. So if Manchester were to get a couple of scores, Singley on 4 fouls, that's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. Definitely, if he gets fouled out, it's going to be a big loss for Myerscough here.
Clayton. Walton. Walton, this has to drop, but misses everything. Singley. Singley gets out of the straitjacket, finds Tresvan. Tresvan again, beautiful block from Babalola, right place, right time. Clayton attacking, Clayton finishing.
Yeah, Lewis Clayton just getting it done like he's done all game. Running the floor, getting the layup, that was much needed for the Magic.
Final 2 minutes of the EABL final. 7-point game. Lanatan, Singley, the floater is money.
Yeah, perfect read from Singley there. He saw Jack Walton ready to just take his stance. Singley nice and easy, gently floats it up. And just extending that Myerscough lead, keeping that 9-point cushion.
Babalola, Shireo can't hang on to it. Tresvans is all alone, but gets it stolen by Richardson. Great recovery from Richardson. Clayton, Ishireo, Walton the finish.
Yeah, great break there, 3-on-1, just moving that ball around. Really unselfish basketball.
Travelling violation is called. Have Manchester got a run left in them?
Yeah, I mean, there could be this sequence. Is this going to be the sequence that changes the momentum of this game? They've got to score down that end. They've got the stop.
Jack Walton screaming for Lewis Clayton to take the ball as Ishireo was going to it, and Walton shoos him away. The mark of a true captain. What have Manchester got in the locker? They need points now. Babalola goes to the hoop. Can't get it to fall. Clayton right there. Ball goes out of bounds. It stays with the Magic.
Yeah, we've seen Myerscough all game. They played really tough defense, made it really difficult for the Magic to get anything up. I mean, when you're going up against Zach Tresvant in that key, it's a really difficult shot.
Clayton finds Walton. It's deflected out of bounds by Latatan. Saomi Latatan has been absolutely outstanding today for Myerscough. 10 points, 13 rebounds, 8 of them on the offensive glass. Shot clock at 8. Walton. Ball is loose. Who has it? Ball is still loose. Myerscough have it. Sheehan. It's turned over. Richardson again comes back, and Manchester get the ball, but is time now ticking away?
Yeah, I mean, Myerscough, they obviously were looking for that score, but could they have held it and kind of taken some time off the clock?
Walton. Babalola doesn't get it to fall. Sheehan with the rebound. Asingle. Myerscough will look to milk every second of the shot clock. Asingle. Babalola did so well to collect the loose ball. Manchester have it. Richardson fakes. Doesn't get it to fall. Tresvant the rebound. Shot clock is off. And Walton can do nothing but foul Junior Sanchez. And for all the stops Manchester got in that final minute, they couldn't execute at the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, you put it perfectly, John. They did all the hard work. They got the stops. They had the hands in the passing lane, just couldn't convert on the other end. And Myerscough, they rebounded so well this game. Every single shot that's gone up, especially in those last couple of seconds there, just securing that ball, giving the Magic no chance for any extra second chance opportunities there.
And Junior Sanchez really now can just further ice the game here at the line. Sanchez now with 18 points. 3 of 4 from the charity stripe here today. Make that 3 of 5. 15.9 to play. Tresvant is aggressively fouled by Abraham Ishareo. And now Zach Tresvant will head to the line. And a fitting end if Tresvant makes these, a fitting end to what has been a fantastic basketball game, so intense, so scrappy, but so entertaining at the same time. Both teams leaving everything out on the floor. And for teams in the EABL, that's just how you want this Academy Finals to end, Isha.
Yeah, it is. I mean, as you said, it's been a really scrappy game. Both teams just putting their bodies on the line for the win. And there's been some great basketball played as well. Great defense from both sides, some really good offenses, plenty of highlight plays I'm sure we'll see on social media later. But in the dying seconds of this game now, it's going to look unlikely that the Magic will come back for this. I mean, Myerscough, they've got that 10-point cushion with Zach Tresvant just hitting those 2 free throws at the end there, bringing up his double-double, but really important shots then, especially in the context of this game. As I'm assuming the Magic head coach Tom Paraskeev will try and draw something up. You would have thought it would be a three-pointer, but the Myerscough, all they have to do really is just play the same defense that they've done all game, get those hands in the passing lane, force the Magic to reset.
And for Myerscough, looking to collect their first EABL, well, they're 15.1 seconds away, really, from collecting their first EABL trophy since the COVID-shortened 2020 season when they had to share it with Barking Abbey. And in 15 seconds' time, it looks likely that they will have the EABL trophy all to themselves, heading back to Preston. And a turnover, and Ladatan with the exclamation point and hanging on the rim for good measure.
Yeah, Ladatan there just finishing the game, really putting his stamp on the end of that and just sealing that Myerscough victory.
And as time winds down, the EABL trophy is green for Myerscough. For the first time since the 2019-2020 season, a COVID-shortened season, Myerscough lift the EABL trophy. And for the first time since picking it up on their own in 2015. Congratulations to Myerscough, and what a fantastic academy and a fantastic ball club, and worthy winners here today.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they played their hearts out all season. What a game from them. They didn't give up throughout.
And the students and all the fans for Myerscough flood the floor, and rightfully so.
Yeah, they definitely win the prize for the best huddle, post-game huddle there. But yeah, well deserved from this season. I mean, they finished second seed overall in the North. They made their way to the playoffs. They beat Cole in a really close semi-final game. Rightly so. They oh my days, I can't even speak anymore, John, at the end of the day. But yeah, they rightfully earned their spot in this final and able to finally claim that victory. As you said, since the first time since that COVID season, and especially after coming runners-up last year, it'll feel really good, this one, for the Myerscough boys out there, especially considering some of these guys played in that final.
And for Manchester, of course, the wait for an EABL trophy goes on. The last time they won it was back in 2010, 2011, back when they were Loreto College. And, you know, an incredible group of guys for Manchester, nothing to be ashamed of. They left everything on the floor today, and okay, they'll go back with a runners-up medal, but they can leave Essex and head back up to the Northwest with their heads held high.
Yeah, I mean, every single player that stepped out on that court today, really just, they left their heart out there. I mean, both sides, we spoke about all game how it was so scrappy, how players on both sides really putting their body on the line. Some great plays going on out there, some really great defense, and yeah, overall just great game to watch.
Saw there just some of the highlights of what has been a fantastic end to what has been a fantastic day, as both teams applaud the hard-working Basketball England staff, the volunteers that have all been here and have worked tremendously hard over the last few days.
For this EABL final, Performance Pathway Director and Manager, Dr. Sam Besson.
As the post-game ceremony will now begin.
Fantastic final once again here at the University of Essex, as we saw two teams from the north battle it out.
And it's certainly been an incredible Northwest derby here to culminate the 2026 Academy Finals Day here at the Essex Sport Arena.
For the Loreto College, Manchester Magic.
As Manchester Magic will collect their runners-up medals. As Nathan Brown, well, they're all going to go up instead of going up one by one, they're all going to go up as a team to shake hands with Myerscough, and that's great to see. We've seen tremendous sportsmanship throughout today, and you know, even though they're rivals on the court, it's great to see that level of sportsmanship between two powerhouse rivals in the Northwest.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, two teams that are very familiar with each other as well, faced each other plenty of times in the North. Across all leagues, you know, 18s, EABL, Division II men. And yeah, as you say, great sportsmanship just to go out there.
Coach Tom Myerscough, assistant coach
Tom Myerscough, the head coach, immensely proud of his team here today, despite losing out. Of course, this is the second final Manchester have been in this season, if you count the senior finals as well. Of course, they lost out to the Solent Kestrels in the National Cup final back in January. But a fantastic program run by Joe and Maggie Forber down at the Manchester Basketball Centre, down on Wiley Range. And now it's time for Myerscough to collect their medals.
Number 0, Harry Shields. Number 5, head coach Postgame.
And a fantastic performance by the guys in green here today. Harry Sheehan leading the winners' medals collection. Certainly going to be a tough ask to see who's going to get MVP as well. I mean, there's a fair few for the Myerscough to go for, isn't there? Like, you've got Saomi Ladatan, you've got Junior Sanchez, and also you've got Salumi Latatan as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough decision to decide who's MVP today, but I will go and find out, John, and I will bring them to your court side.
And I purposely did not mention Harry Sheehan because I thought that's what you were going to say.
I was going to, then I was like, anyway. But I shall find out, and I will bring them courtside. So, yeah.
So as Isha goes to the baseline or to the sideline to collect the MVP for whomever that will be for Myerscough, as well as Coach Lewis Scott. A proud moment for a proud academy based in Preston, Myerscough. And now it's the MVP award to be announced.
Okay. Before we ask the winning team to come and collect their trophy, we have the ever difficult job of deciding and announcing our MVP for this game. A fantastic game here. Plenty of players from Myerscough College are standing out. But today's MVP, finishing the game with 4 assists, 7 steals, 10 rebounds.
It is going to be Salumi Ladatan, the Myerscough number 6. There was plenty of players that could have been selected. 7 steals, 10 rebounds, 8 points for Salumi Ladatan, and he is the EABL 2026 Finals MVP. Congratulations to Salumi Ladatan. And now there is 1 trophy left to collect.
And now if we can please ask the captains to come forward.
And it is Harry Sheehan, Agent 0 for Myerscough. Who will collect the trophy, and he will hold it aloft as the EABL title heads to Preston, heads to Myerscough. Congratulations to Myerscough.
Once again, congratulations to all of our winners from this week.
And in just a second, we will get a word for Salumi Ladatan and head coach Lewis as well, Lewis Scott.
Playoff finals. We wish you a safe journey home. Peace, love, equality, and unity to you all. I mean, I'll just big shout out to DJ Big Tom Bowling. A big thank you you to Short Shot, sponsor Dynamic Sports Flooring, Wilson Basketball. And of course, a big shout out to all of you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
So as Myerscough continue to celebrate their EABL trophy, in just a moment we will get a word from the MVP and the head coach. It's obviously going to be a moment as they're still posing for pictures as we speak. Legendary photographer Mansour Ahmed. Myerscough's photographer getting his pictures in before we get some post-game thoughts. As we look at the highlights of what has been a scintillating final, a fantastic way to cap off Academy Finals Day 2026. Congratulations going to Shenley Brook MK Breakers, Cola, the City of London Academy, and Myerscough College on two tremendous days of action. Of course, we had the Dynamic Schools final as well. And I think we can now finally, after all that, go to Isha, who is with MVP Salome Ladatan. It's all yours, Isha.
Thanks, John. Yeah, I'm here now courtside with MVP Salome Ladatan. So, Salome, amazing performance, 8 points, 10 rebounds and 7 steals and so much defense that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. How does it feel to be taking home that MVP?
Honestly, I didn't really expect it. But then again, I feel like I just stuck to play my role in the game, doing what I've been doing all season, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is well deserved. I mean, it felt like every single time the ball came off that backboard that you were just bringing up and getting that rebound. There's so many tips as well that you had, especially defensively. But now take a look at the game. So the Magic, I mean, they didn't give up without trying. They brought that back. They brought that game back quite a bit, even though you guys were up by quite a margin at some point. So what was the talk on the bench? How were you able to keep that lead?
I mean, the coach was just telling us to keep our head up. They were obviously going to come back because it's the EABL finals. Like, no team's just going to put their heads down and give up. But in the end, we were able to see it through and we take home the W.
Yeah, so obviously last year as well, you guys, you were runners-up. I mean, you played Bark in the final, fell short, but now you come back, you've got the dub, you're taking it back home. How does it feel, especially for the club? How important is it to bring that back?
I mean, it's pretty important for the club because last time they won, I'm not really sure when it was, but it's been a while. And they were co-champions with Barking Abbey, so it really means a lot to win for the club. And yeah, all for the best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Go and enjoy that victory. Well done on the MVP. Good job on the win. Yeah, go celebrate.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much to our MVP. As Salome Ladatan now can go and celebrate with his teammates. In just a second, we will get Lewis Scott for one final chat on what has been a glorious day. Olivier Singley, tears of joy as he hugs his family behind Coach Scott, and now Isha is right there, and Coach Scott is nearby. And Isha is with Coach Scott courtside.
Thanks, John. Yeah, I'm here now courtside of head coach Lewis Scott. So, Lewis, you guys finally got the win. How does it feel to be taking that home?
It feels really good. I'm really proud of the boys. I mean, Manchester gave us a heck of a game. You know, we got a really talented team. But I feel great right now. It's a bit of a long journey up here as well, and you know, it's a great feeling for the boys in terms of the year that they've had, the sum of everything in terms of the work rate, the morning practices, and this one feels like a collective championship in terms of every member of staff is with these guys every morning. In the C-suite, in the practices, you know, giving them as much attention as possible. So it's great that they've got the reward for all their hard work.
Yeah, and especially considering as well, last year, I mean, you fell short to Barking Abbey, unfortunately, but you came back, you got the win this time. Does that kind of add on to the emotion of this win? Yeah, and it's with some of the returners that played in that game last year as well, and obviously I assisted that game last year, and it was, you know, that was one that hurt us, and, you know, coming into this year and coming into this game, I think the focus and the mindset was completely different. It was great from the guys again. Yeah, and I mean, as I said, the Magic, they didn't make it easy, and you guys have matched up already once this season. Obviously, you won one time, you lost the other time. So coming into this, knowing you played them for, what was the game plan coming in? What was the talk on the bench? I mean, our biggest asset this year has been our defense. We have a lot of physicality within the team, but defensively, you know, that's been our mantra. You know, we knew we were going to have to win it on that end of the floor, and you know, thankfully in the second half, we really showed that. And obviously, the Salome getting his award. That's just you know, a cherry on top. You know, and seeing the hard work that he's been putting in this year. So yeah, great for all the boys, and the defensive performance was pretty much most of the timeouts. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see it on the court how impactful that defense was. But I mean, you guys have got the win now. But what are your sights the rest of the season now following this? We travel back tonight. We're prepared tomorrow because we have Division 1 playoffs starting on Saturday, and then over the Easter break we have our European Super Finals to go to. So there's no rest for these guys. They're going to go again, and you know, we'll be right into May before these guys can have any time off. So they're fresh, ready to go again for their next challenge. It's exciting. We're excited to go again. Yeah, and hopefully the other ones can end like this one as well, and hopefully you can get the victory. So thanks for taking time to speak to me today, Coach, and good luck for the rest of the season. No worries. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isha, and that brings a close to the Academy Finals 2026 here at the Essex Sport Arena on the University of Essex campus. My thanks to Isha Nair. Thank you to everyone involved at Basketball England, all the staff, all the volunteers that have made this event so great. And of course, congratulations to the winners for today's Academy Finals, MK, Shenley Brook, Kohler and Myerscough College. And my thanks to everyone as well joining us on the Basketball England YouTube channel. We certainly hope you've enjoyed all the action here in Colchester. But for now, I'm John Hobbs. Have a pleasant evening wherever you are across the country. Goodbye for now.